Sports bettors, I got 6 picks to turn $400 into 10,000. So let's go ahead. Let's go through it. You can see my first player prop is Dinwiddie over 24.5 points plus assists. How did I find this play? Well, I found it on the OddsJam odds screen. Right? So the way this tool works is pretty simple. There's no BS. Everyone talks, this industry's filled with BS. All this tool does is it shows you where every sportsbook is setting the line. So what you're going to notice is for Dinwiddie, PrizePicks has his line at 24.5 points plus assists. Underdog Fantasy is a full point higher. They're at 25.5. PointsBet is at 26.5. A bunch of other sportsbooks also have his line at 25.5. So long story short, PrizePicks, according to every other data point in the market, Parlay Play has his line at 25.5, which is another fantasy site. Fliff has his line at 25.5. We literally have dozens of data points all telling us Dinwiddie's line should be set at 25.5 or 26.5, and PrizePicks is at 24.5. They're way too low. So we want to take the over. Right? PrizePicks is an inefficiency in the market. Their line on Dinwiddie is too low, so we want to take the over. This is just data-driven sports betting. I say this all the time, but as a sharp bettor, you're literally ruthlessly hunting through the market and looking for line discrepancies. So if you look at Royce O'Neal, PrizePicks has his line at 10.5. All the books have his line at 10.5. There's no value in the market. You look at Claxton, PrizePicks has his line at 14.5. All the sportsbooks have his line at 14.5. No major differences in the odds. There's no value in the market. Don't touch it. You want to look for inefficiencies, value in the market. I mean, essentially, out of the tens of thousands of lines on PrizePicks, I mean, you can see they have so many different things you can bet on. MLB player props, NHL shot on goal. All you want to do is find 5 profitable picks to include in your 5 flex. So first play I went with was right there from the fantasy screen, Spencer Dinwiddie over 24.5 points plus assists, and I also took Westbrook under 33.5 points plus assists. So the next tool I use pretty frequently to find value on PrizePicks is the positive EV tool. And all this tool does is, you can just select PrizePicks. If you use other sports books, select the other books you use. But you're going to see, it just shows you value in the market. I mean, so as an example, in the Blue Jays-Yankees game today, you can get the yes run first inning at plus 115. No other sports books are, most other sports books kind of have this around plus 100 odds. We're getting plus 115 on DraftKings. Bet Online has this at minus 105. This is a play with value. This is a line discrepancy in the market. So what makes PrizePicks more interesting than DraftKings is, right, if you look at PrizePicks, there are no odds on this platform, right? There's no numbers. You look at a sports book like FanDuel, there's a bunch of numbers. There's a bunch of odds. Whereas you look at PrizePicks, there's no odds. The way that PrizePicks works is it's a fixed payout platform. Right? Any 2 picks you select, doesn't matter if you take overs, unders, any 2 picks you select, you're always getting the same payout. Any 3 picks you select, doesn't matter if you take overs or unders, you're getting different payouts. Obviously, for a 3-pick parlay as opposed to a 2-pick parlay, you're going to be getting a higher payout. But long story short, PrizePicks is a fixed payout platform. That's what makes it really interesting. They don't change your payouts based on you selecting over or under, whereas on sportsbooks, if you want to take Kevin Huerter over 4.5 rebounds, you're getting plus 126 on the over, right? You're getting plus 126 on the over on FanDuel. The under is minus 162. So there's massive differences in the prices or the odds. And FanDuel is telling you, hey, Kevin Huerter's a lot more likely to go under, right? His under is the heavily favored outcome. So basically the strategy for beating PrizePicks is you want to find spots, right? PrizePicks is not changing your payouts based on you selecting overs or unders. You can see Mark Schafluffy, this line right here is available on PrizePicks. Right? In PrizePicks, they're not going to change our payout based on us taking over or under, but all the sports books, every single sports book has marks under 2.5 shots on goal as the heavily favored outcome. Caesars, DraftKings, Bet Online, FanDuel, right? All of these books are saying, hey, Mark Schafluffy, so OddsJam is just reading in all of this data, right? It's just a data-driven sports betting platform. No BS, actually helping you find value in the market and beat the sports books long term. So for Mark Schafluffy, it's not the highest profit margin play. This play on Norman Powell is actually more profitable, but I did not include Norman Powell in my entry because I already took Westbrook, right? Westbrook is on the same team as Norman Powell, so you don't want to take 2 unders for player points if the players are on the same team, right? So I cut out there for a second, but long story short, it's just good advice, right? You don't want to take unders for player points if the players are on the same team. If Westbrook goes under 33.5 points plus assists, then probably Norman Powell is more likely to go over, right? They're both going to be taking shots in the Clippers game, so if Westbrook's not scoring a lot, then it's more likely that Norman Powell will be scoring. But long story short, the way this tool works is pretty simple. Right? There's tens of thousands of lines on PrizePicks. I mean, literally, most of this stuff is absolute garbage. Most of these bets are not profitable. Whether you take the over or the under, they're not going to be profitable. Right? To beat PrizePicks, you need to find spots where sportsbooks have an under really heavily favored to about minus 135 or minus 140 odds. And you're going to see that's exactly the case for Mark Schifleffi. As well as this play on Norman Powell, I decided to go with the Westbrook play. Which I found on the fantasy screen, which we'll get to in a second. But you also could have included Norman Powell under 26.5 player points, as opposed to this play I'm going to have on Russell Westbrook. But long story short, right, this is how you beat PrizePicks. Follow the data, right? These sportsbooks, the market is smarter than you. All of the sportsbooks have invested millions of dollars in their ability to set lines in every single book. Caesars, DraftKings, BetOnline, Bovada, FanDuel, Flip. Every sportsbook is saying the same thing. Mark's under should be the heavily favored outcome. So getting this in your PrizePicks entry, again, because PrizePicks doesn't change your payouts based on you selecting over or under, is an incredible play, right? So you can find these plays on the positive expected value tool. There's not only profitable bets on PrizePicks. I say this all the time, but I'm just showing you guys what I'm putting my own money on. But there's 190 sportsbooks on OddsJam. Right, there's 190 bucks. There's value on Jock Market. So I definitely recommend signing up for this platform as well. It's kind of a PrizePicks competitor. It works very similar to PrizePicks. They don't vary your payouts based on you selecting over or under. And again, right, you never know which book is going to have value on a given day. Here, Andrew Heaney, under 7.5 strikeouts. I mean, Jock Market literally ripped PrizePicks. The platform works in almost an identical way. They have Heaney's line at 7.5. This would have been a crazy profitable play to include in our PrizePicks entry, but again, PrizePicks doesn't have the line. Sportsbooks set lines independently. So sometimes there's more value on Jock Market, sometimes there's more value on PrizePicks. You never know where the value is going to be. I mean, here you can see a crazy profitable play on Maxey. You can get Maxey's over 24.5 points at minus 110 on Flip. Every other book is pricing this minus 130 or worse. Right, so this is a crazy good play. Maxey over 24.5 on Flip. But long story short, that's all to say. If you don't have PrizePicks available to you, you can still make money sports betting. The more books you have, the better. Right? A platform I was using a lot last week was Parlay Play. But currently, I'm in New York, so I don't have this platform available to me. Right? I don't have this platform available to me. So sometimes there's a lot of value on sportsbooks, but you just can't use them at the time. I would love to be betting on Parlay Play right now. This play looks incredible. Pinnacle has David Peterson's over 5.5 strikeouts at minus 144. Getting this in your Parlay Play entry would be great. But again, I don't have it available to me right now. So you want to sign up for all the books you can in your location, right? So every book you can get, these books have a lot of surface area to cover. You never know which book is going to be screwing up on a given day. And sometimes Flip has the most profitable plays. Sometimes it's Jock Market, and sometimes it's PrizePicks. But anyways, because PrizePicks is a pretty interesting platform, they're not varying your payouts based on you selecting over or under. I mean, that's completely different from a sports book, right? Sports books have odds, right? So here you know exactly how much, Curry's under 5.5 rebounds is the favorite outcome. FanDuel has the under juiced. So sportsbooks vary your payouts based on you selecting over or under based on which outcome they think is more likely. So all the fantasy screen does is it shows you profitable plays and the win probability for those plays, right? So for example, for Mark Schifleffi, all of the sportsbooks have his under 2.5 shots on goal. Right? All of the books have his under as the heavily favored outcome, and you can quantify that win probability. So we have videos about kind of how to do this, but he's 54.91% to go under 2.5 shots on goal. So I've explained this before, but in 5 flexes, any play winning over 54.3% of the time is going to be profitable. So, for example, if you're able to win 56% of your picks on PrizePicks, so if you can select your over-unders correctly at a rate of 56%, and you're playing 5 flexes, your ROI is going to be 12%. Pretty good. So because PrizePicks, again, I say it all the time, but it's so important, because they don't change your payout based on you selecting over or under, all you need to do is find spots where sportsbooks have really heavy juice, and are telling you one outcome is a lot more likely. And here for Mark Fluffy, all the books have his under heavily juiced, so that's a great player prop to include in your PrizePicks entry. So a lot of people are like, wow, this is degenerate, $400 to win 10,000 on a 6-pick parlay on PrizePicks. And it's like, this actually isn't degenerate at all. Every single play is based in data, right? Every single play has a mathematical edge. Am I going to win every single bet? No. But will I turn a profit long term? Yes. This play, we turned $125 a profit. Not every day is going to be a winner, but when you're following the data, right, you're guaranteed to win long term. So here's my play: Peterson over 5.5 Ks, Freeland over 3.5 Ks, Harris over 23.5 points plus rebounds. So you can see a lot of these plays are just right here, right? I'm literally just following the data, taking plays from the fantasy screen. Shafleffi under 2.5 shots on goal, Westbrook under 33.5 points plus assists, Dinwiddie over 24.5 points plus assists. So 6 plays to turn 400 into 10,000. Let's make money.